Good morning, Steve here, back at Home Renovation Experts, cracking on with day 2 of this decorating build. So, in case you didn't see the first one, fully redecorating this dining room. Whoa, didn't get dizzy at all, maybe slightly. Dining room, got the utility through here, and down here, and through this room, and downstairs a toilet. So, the plan for today is, so if you followed yesterday, obviously I've got my bonding picked up, put it into a special little bucket. This is what bonding is. So basically this will do any deep filling work that you need to do. So it's absolutely perfect for like these chases here. So I should get that all done, and obviously you've got a little chase at the top over there. What I'm then going to be doing is I'm mechanically sanding these walls. So I'm going to be using my trusted Festool RS150. Amazing piece of kit with dust extraction as well. So literally this connects to it. I'll show you that set up in a minute once I've got the bonding done. And then while I've kind of got these sanding all finished, then I will crack on and start getting some ceilings done. So I'll show you how to like paint big ceilings on your Jack Jones, the best way to do it. And if you hear noises in the background, I have to show you because these guys are amazing. It's really difficult to get your work done. Hey Putty, oh hello. Hello Stanley, oh. My doggy must never know, ever. We've got a Cocker Spaniel at home called Thor, who is awesome. But British Bulldogs are my favourite. Look at him, look at him. Oh. But it is difficult because the door's open, I keep seeing them and I keep wanting to go over and stroke them. But there you go. Right, but anyway, I'm going to get the bonding knocked up. I'll show you the consistency for that, show you how to put it into the hole and how to get that done. And I'll be back in a minute once I've drunk this cup of tea with the Bulldog on it, ironically. Right, hello there. Weird angle, it's on my steps. So, bonding is now knocked up. So firm, you can pick it up in one lump, yeah? Bit of grip. Basically, a lovely, lovely consistency, okay? And what you're gonna do, I find the best way is to put, say, a blade at the bottom like that. And then just go ahead and cream it into the gas. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna drag it both sides, so you're making sure, if you can see that, it's going into those corners, right? That's what you wanna do. Get it all built in, so it's nicely pushed in there, like so, so you know it's gripping against every surface. Just makes life a bit easier, and you know it's been done well. Then what you just do is, like, just get a bit more to fill up the centre, and you can drag that blade up like that, basically. And then, that is that section bonded. Simple, isn't it? So I'll quickly do the other part of it. Nice and echoey here. Hope that comes out in the video. Sorry you can't see my head. I should have got a taller step, but you know, the director's just not very good around here. But shh, keep it to yourself. Push that all the way up. It's not a complicated job by any stretch. It's nice and simple. Sometimes it's not the cleanest job in the world, so I highly recommend putting a dusty down because you get loads of little bits that'll just plop off. That's that bit done. There's just tiny little bits where the chase has been made. Get it nice and tight around the sockets as well. So that's all filled in, looking good. Same on the bottom there. And then scrape that bit off. Beautiful. And then final bit in the bottom one. I mean, obviously when you're doing the chases as well, keep it as tight as you need to. Don't make the hole any bigger than necessary. But at the same time, if you do make it a bit bigger, then it doesn't matter. Because the bonding will fill it all beautifully. So there you go, I'll show it close up. That's of the work, Steve, right, okay. There you go. So there you go, that is that now bonding up. Not a complicated job, 2 seconds, that'll be gone off in about 4 or 5 hours. I'll be able to get a top coat on it. And you can see I did that one earlier because I can record that and be able to top the steps at the same time. That's just like ambidextrous, that is. So yeah, done and dusted. So now I'll get the Festool set up and I'll show you how that works in a second. Sad moment after all the joy with the dogs. Turns out I was going to show you how to use my Festool and how to use a dust extraction system because they're awesome. And it's dead. It's died a death. Sad. On the flip side, I get to buy a new tool, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, gutted, because actually it'd be nice to have done it with the electric sander. It did, however, manage to do the most important wall, which is the wall that had all the indentations and stuff. It finished off with that spluttering and farting through it, but we got there. So now there's no raisiness to any of these, all perfectly flat and smooth. So I had to manually do it with the palm sander. You got to do what you got to do, right? So yeah, just put it in Valvo grease, got it done, and it's lovely. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to go out and get the DeWalt version now, aren't I? But battery and my dust extractor portable, quite nice. So I'm about to get some filler knocked up so I can fill this because it's already gone hard, and that's what 2.5 hours in. Here we go. Done. So what I'm going to do very quickly before I fill it, just to make sure there's nothing like proud and stuff that's going to get caught on my filler, just grab your blade. So now, because it's either side of the hole, that keeps you level. So a few little bits coming off. Work it down. That gets rid of any little nibs that are proud. And now when I put my filling blade on with my actual filler, that'll fill it flush beautifully. So I'll jump up there, do the same to that one. And then I'll get sheeted up and I'll start cracking the ceilings out. So my first one I'm going to do is this big one here, because it's a big one, get it kind of done and dusted. Then I shall crack onto the vaulted ceiling, which is up there, and I've just realised I'm going to have to manually sand that bit up there that I filled yesterday. So I'm going to be looking like a snowman in a bit, but that's fine, that's what it's about. So I'll show you how to do this, how to go about actually painting a massive ceiling with Jack Jones, and then I'll do the vaulted one as well. So, right, give me a minute, I'll get set up. Right, there you go. All sheeted up. That's the first thing you want to do, protect everything, okay? So obviously, all laid down, all ready to rock and roll, sides covered. I never bother covering the fronts because actually the way the roller works, you're not going to get loads of splats down it unless you're absolutely just dripping it on. I've been doing this for 26 years, so I'm not trying to say anything, but I know what I'm doing. All sheeted up, ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me brush, 3-inch brush I'm going to use for this, and basically going to go around, cut the whole thing in. So cut around all the lights, extractor fan, above the top of the units. But when I do it, I won't cut, well, I will cut it nicely, say like, obviously up against the tiles and stuff. I'll make sure I get a nice cutting line and do it nice and neatly along there. Obviously cut these in beautifully, need to mask it up and stuff. But where you got like, you're gonna be going onto like painted walls that you're gonna paint later on, literally just bring it down by a couple of centimetres onto your wall. No problem at all, you haven't got to cut that neatly. In fact, it's better to overlap it so that when you put your paint colour on the walls, you can just meet up to nice, fresh, white paint. So I'm going to quickly run around and cut that in, and then I'll show you how to roll it. Whew, didn't know I could walk so quick. I hope that kind of showed you how I kind of worked it. So now, onto the rock and roll. 9-inch, 12-inch. 12-inch roll I've got today, because obviously big white ceilings. Massive kettle, massive tray full of paint. You're going to water down your paint, so I'm using Dulux Trade. So I normally knock it down about 30%, give or take. Don't just use it straight out of the tub because it's thick as anything, and you know it's just going to leave big, thick trail marks with the roller and stuff. So you want it thinner because you know this isn't new plaster, so you want the roller of the paint to move across the surface nicely and to be spread out, give you a nice flush finish. So about 30%, give or take. Now the thing that people say is, you know, doing a big ceiling, where do I start? How do you do it? So like I say, it's now obviously all cut in. The first thing I roll is above these units. So I just get my roller up, pivot at an angle and just backwards all the way to the back wall across there. That's that section done. And then what I'll do is I'll work in quarters. So I'll work this quarter here to the middle of the extractor. I'll then do the far corner exactly the same. And then kind of do the extractor side, and then just split this into like another quarter bit there, that section. And then here and here. But I'll do it on time lapse so you can actually see the operandum maximus? Operambus? Message me, whatever that like Latin thing is that tells you what it is that I'm about to do. But that's how I'm gonna work it. So I'll set up my time lapse again, and you can watch me roll this in super duper speed. I'm looking forward to it. And there you go, you can kind of see the methodically the way I worked it, kind of didn't go here, there and everywhere, and kind of end up missing bits. You work in a methodical way, so you're working towards this end of the room, but all in one sort of piece as you kind of come across. Means you don't miss bits, and it makes it a lot easier. So, hope that was helpful. I hope seeing it in time lapse really did help. So now, I'm gonna drag this lot over hither, and I'm gonna shoot up and jump up there. Hope my steps are tall enough. I know they are, they're just about tall enough because I've done that filling. But yeah, tippy toe job, but I'll get it done. So, how am I getting on a couple of hours later? So now, obviously, big ceiling done. And I've done the vaulted one as well, which is very tasty. Look, there you go. You'd never know there's anything going on there. And I just shooting up in the air here, but I just found like health and safety is very important to me. You'll know that if you watch the channel. Trying to keep on top of things where I can. But I found a tripping hazard, which I thought I'd identify because I don't often get these type of tripping hazards, but it turns out that on my dust sheet, that's right. You comfy, Stanley? Yeah, you chilling? Yeah. Is that quite nice? Yeah, put your head down, mate. It's been a tough day for you. Yeah, it's a good point. So yeah, so I'm going to try not to trip over. I am aware of him, so I'm going to try not to trip over him. He sauntered in, put the dust sheet down, and literally coming behind me as I was just throwing it behind. It landed over the back of him, and he lay down. He's like, "This is lovely. This is a good service you're providing." So yeah, okay, cool. So I'm going to cut those ceilings in out there. So that's the utility and the toilet. One thing I say as well, if you are doing, say you've got this kind of space yourself, people are like, oh, do I do one room at a time? Do I do another room? If you've got the space to maneuver stuff out of the way, so you can hit then, you can do all ceilings at once. While you've got the white out, you do all the ceilings in every space. The white is done and put away. The colour is the same throughout here. So literally I'll get it out tomorrow and I'll black all the walls in every room. So I'm working in every space. I'm not getting the white out here, then painting the walls, prepping it, then going in there, paint the ceiling, paint the walls, paint the ceiling, paint the walls. This makes it a lot quicker, a lot more streamlined if you can do it all at the same time. Little tip, but sometimes that's just not practical, you know. Sometimes clients' houses, obviously you use kitchen or it's your lounge or it's your dining room, whatever. Only one room can be done at a time, but if you can, makes it a bit easier. Oh, he's moved. Cool, I better get in there quick before he comes back. I'm not at work anymore. I forgot to do my sign off. The client's son come in and ended up chatting with him. I completely forgot to show you where I got to, but I shall show you tomorrow. I did a few extra bits and pieces like the wallpaper wall. I've completely painted that white. I'll explain why tomorrow. That's a good top tip. But in the meantime, if you did like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon and leave a comment. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow.